Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Legacy Speaks. I am here to kick off the intentional challenge. I know we started this off on Instagram, but I wanted to bring it all the way over to YouTube because you guys are the homies. Y'all are my firstborn. You guys are just super amazing over here in YouTube land. So I want to make sure that everybody gets the opportunity to be able to interact and engage in the intentional challenge. Before we dive right in, I need you to hit that subscription button below. That way you can stay up to date on newly released content on a regular basis. So let's dive right in. Kid you not, it took me forever to kind of figure out what I wanted to name this particular challenge. At first I thought it was going to be the audacity challenge, and then I was just like, it doesn't give me the oomph that I'm looking for, and so we are going to call this the intentional challenge. It's the 14-day challenge to make sure that we are utilizing our time efficiently well, and also making sure that we're taking all of our thoughts, feelings, and emotions and processing them as we move into the new year. Let's slow down a little bit and define intentional. Intentional means to be deliberate or to be done on purpose. Some words that we can also utilize when it comes to intention is being purposeful, meant to be, calculated, planned. Why is it so important for us to be intentional? Well, for one, time is of the essence. Time waits for no man. One of the things that we will never get back is our time. And one thing that this year has taught me is that proper planning prevents piss poor performance, right? I mean, I'm sorry for those who are just like, pissed, oh my gosh, right? But with all of that being said, success does not happen by happenstance. We really have to make sure that we're taking the time out to make sure that we are literally diving into each and every activity that will bring us closer to our ideal self. We are well aware that it takes effort, discipline, and attention in order for us to get from one level to the next. But what actually keeps us from taking action? I'm so glad that you asked that question. Here are 4 things that keeps us from actually executing. Number 1, the fear of change and the uncertainty that comes with it. Let's be honest, as human beings, we are creatures of habit. We love our routines. We love our systems that we have in place. And so when we are threatened with the term change, we find ourselves in a place of resistance, and it's very difficult for us to be able to shift gears. And although we would like to get a heads up and plan all the way through when it comes to our change, sometimes life hits us and it literally throws us off course because it's like, dang, I really wasn't expecting this to happen. Okay, I really wasn't expecting to lose my job. I really wasn't expecting to have this coronavirus. I really wasn't expecting to be all up in the house with my kids, okay? Let's be honest. So when addressing our fear of change, we have to double back and see what about this is causing this resistance. Why am I struggling with learning how to adapt, and why am I struggling with taking on the coping skills that are necessary for me to be able to make that move? And the crazy thing is, our brain is naturally inclined for us to try to hold on to the things that are familiar to us. And so we'll find ourselves in this place of like, no, I'm not gonna do this, I can't do it, I shouldn't do it, blah, blah, blah. But we really have to push through those thoughts. We really have to check the validity of those thoughts in order for us to get to our next. Which leads me to my next reason as to why we struggle with taking action. There's this disbelief that we're even capable of achieving anything that is different from what we're typically used to. Over time, we'll find ourselves in this place of doing the same thing over and over, and we're taking on the beliefs or these thoughts of, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I've been doing it this way for X, Y, and Z. It worked for them, so it should work for me. And we really have to slow down and reassess, right? We really have to be honest with ourselves. Like I mentioned earlier, we are trying to close the gap in between where we are and the ideal self. On the flip side, some of us have issues with even conceptualizing our ability to be able to take action because we never saw anybody else do it, right? If we are the generational curse breakers, if we are the ones to first step out and build wealth or take care of our health or go after this particular career or make that move across country, then it's very overwhelming, right? We're just like, dang. I've never seen anybody else do it before. So I don't have a blueprint, I don't have a map. I'm literally drawing my X in the sand and I'm planting my flag on this doggone thing. And so I just want to encourage anybody who is the first timer for their family or the first timer for their community, just know that whatever skills that you need in order to execute, they're already on the inside of you. You got it. You've got it. Just tap into it, okay? The third reason as to why we may struggle with taking action is catastrophizing what hasn't even happened yet. And for most of us, this looks like anxiety, the fear of the future, the fear of what may or may not even happen. And I'm going to talk briefly to my perfectionists out there, okay? Sometimes we will find ourselves paralyzed, or we will make the decision to not make a decision at all simply because we are fearful of the outcome or the consequence that may or may not even take place. It reminds me of the infamous quote that says, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take, right? And for me, what it really boils down to is the fear of failure. You really don't know what you're truly made of unless you try. If you are watching this, you have made it through hell and back. So you literally owe it to yourself and your family and your legacy to just try, irregardless of what it is. Fail forward. If you have to fail, at least fail forward, child. And the fourth reason as to why we struggle with taking action is the lack of validation from those whose opinions matter the most to us. Not only are we creatures of habit, but we're also creatures of community. We really do not enjoy doing life alone as much as we try to say that we do. One of our basic human needs is feeling connected, feeling as though we're a part of something. And so when we find ourselves experiencing emotions like disappointment or rejection or abandonment, that really hits us to our core, and it can definitely impact the way that we view ourselves, the way we feel about ourselves, and the way we can go forward and create healthy relationships with other individuals. That's why it is so important for us to make sure that we surround ourselves with individuals who are going to not only support us emotionally, but are also going to help us remain accountable to the things that we set out to do. But even if we had all of the social support in the world, ultimately it is up to us to make sure that we are secure with ourselves, meaning that our progress is not determined by those that are around us. It is our dreams, it is our goals, it is our execution. So make sure that you are finding ways to build your confidence and build your self-esteem so that you can remain committed to your goals and remain intentional. I know I just dropped 4 reasons as to why we struggle with taking action, but I want to hear from you. Make sure you hit the comment section below and let me know what's keeping you from taking action and being intentional. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Legacy Speaks. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and stay connected via Legacy SBKS on everything. Until next time.